Welcome to Ford Field here in Detroit, Michigan. The ball is teed up, kicking team looks ready. And we're off and running from Ford Field. From well into the end zone, he's going to bring this out. He's brought down at what looks like the 24-yard line. All right, let's get this show on the road. It is 1st and 10. A give to Montgomery to start the drive. And he finds space for about a 3-yard gain. Play brought to an end by Jordan Whitehead. Give him a few yards on that run. It's 2nd and 7.
Okay, that's a run that's ho-hum on the stat sheet, but if you see a bigger play on the ground later on, it'll largely be because of a play just like that one, softening up the front and opening the door for a bigger gap in the future.
2nd down now, 7 to go. They go play action with Goff. That's going to be an incomplete pass on the throw to the right.
Well covered on that play. Really not a large window for him to sneak that throw in.
Last pass unsuccessful, and they have 3rd down here. First give on the ground to Jahmyr Gibbs. And he'll get it out to the 34 before he's tracked down. That's good for 7 yards. And that'll be 1st down, Detroit.
You love a huddle? Kate, you really do. You love a huddle full of guys like this who just know how to keep the drive moving forward. There's some trust there that he's going to get the job done, and he's going to get another shot, I would guess, down the line.
On 1st down, it's Goff. And there's a man there. It's intercepted. Christian Izien with the INT. And the Buccaneers get the football on the first turnover of the contest. So the first drive of the game ends not in points, Brock, but in an INT.
And I get it. Opening drives aren't always going to end up with points or a touchdown. Good thing, though, there's a lot of opportunities left to make up for that miscue and go get yourself back in rhythm and back on script.
And his game will begin with an incomplete pass.
Well, that's one you chalk up to the pressure earning that incompletion. They came in before he could find a target, hit him, altered that last-second attempt to get rid of it.
Throwing again on 2nd and 10, Mayfield. That's complete, Mike Evans. And they finally bring him down, but that is a big gain and a new set of downs. Offense set for a 1st and 10. And the defense is all over this one for a big loss.
You know, for pitchers, you hear them say, gosh, you got to pitch this guy backwards. For defenses, you got to do the same at times, Kate. You just can't always run it on first. You got to mix in some high-percentage pass plays. Otherwise, you're going to get hit right in the face for a loss just like that.
Baker now from the gun. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop it. And that pushes them back. 3rd down coming up.
Kate, I've seen a one-step drop. I've seen a 3, a 5, a 7. Some of the boots and play actions get more depth. But a 20-step drop? That's not going to cut it. Except for this defense, it just adds a whole bunch of negative yards to that play.
3rd and long for him here. Caught near the goal line. Touchdown, Tampa Bay. He finds one of his great receivers, Brock, and they are off to a great start to begin this ball game.
Yeah, it's such a positive offensively when you can go find not just a field goal, but a touchdown on that opening drive. And defensively, this starts to shake the foundation of your preparation and makes you wonder what's in store.
McLaughlin tacks on the extra point. And the Buccaneers will jump out to a 7-0 lead. The Bucs get lined up, and they will kick this away. And it bounces out of the end zone, so they'll set up shop at the 30. Drive starts out with a 1st and 10. Handoff running right, Montgomery. And he'll go down after fighting his way to the 32. 2 on the pickup there, and it's going to be 2nd and 8.
Hey, we know running the ball in the NFL is hard, and that play pretty indicative of it. Here's the key, though. At the end of the game, those type of plays got to be in the minority, and the majority have got to do some damage.
2nd and 8. Makes the grab in bounds left side. And he's going to be brought down after reaching the 43. That's going to pick up the 1st down after a gain of 26. They will not get enough. Back and beginning the 2nd quarter. Lions in possession. They'll try to attack this deficit starting with 1st and 10. Out of the shotgun, Goff. Catch is made down the right sideline. And they catch up to him, but not until he's got a huge gain and a 1st down. A dose of the hurry-up offense here. Working inside the red zone. And he's going to take this in. Touchdown, Detroit! The Lions start to fight back with their first points of this game. Amon-Ra St. Brown, the touchdown. Great opportunity to find a touchdown there, Brock, and they come through with 6.
Receivers want the ball everywhere on the football field. But you start smelling the end zone, they really want their chance. And they will tell you as a quarterback, just give me an opportunity and I'll make a play. And he sure did.
Now it's Jake Bates for the extra point. The point after splits the uprights. And the Lions tie this game 7-7. Bates has it all set up. Here comes the kickoff. And no return as this bounces through the end zone for a touchback. 1st and 10 now from the 30. Mayfield with a blitz coming. That's going to be cut by Evans. And they finally bring him down, but that is a big gain and a new set of downs. Big play gets him across midfield, sets him up 1st and 10 from the 40. Mayfield now, blitz coming. Catch made by Bucky Irving. And he gets absolutely popped to end that one.
When there's heat, that blitz coming off the snap, that QB's eyes, you could see it right away. He got to his check down in a hurry. But, Kate, here's the key. Quarterback and running back have to be on the same page. The two were right there, and then netted some positive yards.
Grabbed by Chris Godwin. And he's out of bounds just short of the 30.
I know I can sound like a broken record when I talk about timing and getting the ball out on time and on rhythm, but these outcuts, it is so imperative, and the best of them make it look oh so easy.
This defensive battle has reached the 2-minute warning. The Buccaneers driving for a score and a halftime lead. Looking to throw on 3rd and 1. This one finds Irving. And he stopped cold at the spot. Ooh, he paid for that one, but hey, still enough for that first down. Irving here from the gun. He swarms in the middle. This gets maybe a yard. That was a Fatu Melifonwu there to make the play. Right back to Irving now. Jukes out a one-stop. And he carries it for a big gain that gets him down into the red zone. Buccaneers hustling to the line. They're in the hurry up. Throwing now, 3rd and 2. Escapes the pocket. It's a double-digit gain, 10 yards, and now they've got 1st and goal. Timeout taken by the Buccaneers. They're first. They'll have 2 left to work with before halftime. Four downs now to get in. Here's 1st and goal. Mayfield now from the gun. And that is incomplete. 8 seconds left now. Now a timeout taken by the offense, and we're going to see if they try for 2 plays here or just try the field goal right now. Targets have far less room to work in this red zone, Brock, but down this close as a former quarterback, I'm just going to assume you got to feel like he should have been able to hold on through whatever.
Yeah, and every once in a while you get in that huddle and you remind him, now listen, guys, it's going to be contested. We know this. It's a physical game, all 100 yards up and into the red zone and end zone. But when you get down here, you've got to come up with contested catches, and he couldn't.
Throwing, Baker. Quick slant complete. And he's able to get it to the 2 before the stop. Now just before the break, a timeout taken by the offense, and they can try for some points going into the break. All right, this is going to be the play that takes us to halftime. The play clock ran all the way down there, and this is going to cost the offense. Must have lost sight of the play clock there, Brock, because the quarterback could have snapped it in time, but instead, they take the penalty. Only time left for one more snap, Brock, so they're going to run out their field goal unit. This only a chip shot from the right hash.
Well, I know once that drive stalls out, that's where it really pays to have that reliable kicker on the sideline ready to bail you out. And he knocks that one right through to give him the lead.
Well, Brock, barring the touchback, this kickoff should run out the half, so better make that return good as it's away. Reynolds with a return. He's hauled down on what is the final play of our first half. That's halftime of this contest. We'll join both teams in taking a short break. More of the NFL on EA Sports in just a moment. Welcome back, everybody. Kate Scott, Brock Heward with you as we're about set to begin the third quarter. Bates has it all set up. Here comes the kickoff. And we'll have to wait at least a few moments longer for an exciting start to this second half. We've got a touchback. First and 10 now from the 30. They'll motion him out of the backfield. First down, here's Baker. He's on the move. And he just gets rid of it. Knew he had a couple of plays left. Didn't want to take a risk there on first down.
Well, discretion, the better part of valor in a lot of cases. Rather than force something with no one open and risk a turnover, he wisely just threw it away.
Couldn't connect on first. It's second down. Throwing again is Baker. He just throws this one away. No connection on the last play, and now it's third down. From the gun, Mayfield. Escapes out to the left. And once again, they can't connect. His first target doesn't lead to his first catch. And that brings up fourth and long.
You know, I love this, Kate, from an offense. Just philosophically, stretching that secondary out with your tight end. Even still, one of the deeper targets you're going to see him get. It's a shame they couldn't quite connect.
And he's getting nothing on that return. They wrap him up almost at the exact spot that he fielded that punt. That punt finishes as a 60-yard effort. And the Lions will go on offense. They're out and set, first and 10. From the gun, Goff. Finds Laporta. And they catch up to him, but not until he's got a huge gain and a first down. Moving quickly, trying to get set again. Goff on first and 10. He finds Laporta. And they finally bring him down, but that is a big gain and a new set of downs. First down from the red zone. He's got it. And he'll be taken down at the last possible moment. He's at the 1. In a good spot here, second and inches. A give up the gut to Montgomery. And he's brought down real close to that goal line at the 1. Offense up to the line fast. Montgomery does not score. They not only stop him, they backed him up a couple of yards.
There's just no question about it. He has the license to adapt a little bit, to diagnose plays because they trust his instincts. And there, well, it was all on display. Expert-level diagnosis going on to see a potential run and get in position to stop it behind the line.
Shotgun snap here to Goff. And they will score. Touchdown, Detroit! The Lions grab the lead on their first series of the half. They were throwing for it there, and they didn't care who knew about it, Frank. And it turns out, hey, nothing was going to stop them either.
Yeah, there's something about an empty formation. You are declaring to a defense, other than QB draw, this ball is going to be in the air. But at the same time, you also force the defense's hand. There's only so many coverages they can play, and they just exposed them.
The Lions offense looks like they're staying out there. We got a 2-point try coming up. He's throwing for it. And the conversion is no good as that pass falls incomplete.
You know, no sense in piling on. Pretty clear for everybody to see. He knows he should have had that one. Just didn't watch it in the whole way. And it leaves 2 points on the table.
Bates has it all set up. Here comes the kickoff. And the kickoff is into and then out of the end zone. Touchback. This drive starting from the 30. And the drive will start out with a 1st and 10. Irving on the inside give. And all he can get is 1 yard. Ran that right into the defensive front.
The one thing I could say positive about the execution of that play is at least he didn't go backwards.
They'll come to the line here, 2nd and 9. Shotgun snap for Mayfield. This one is tipped away and incomplete. Good positioning to make a play on it. That forces 3rd down.
Well, Kate, that wasn't a fast enough break for the interception, but it was good enough and a good enough break to break on the ball, get a finger on it, and force the incompletion.
3rd down. Here's Mayfield. Buys time, rolling right. Hits his tight end on the corner route. And they catch up to him, but not until he's got a huge gain and a 1st down. So we hit the end of the 3rd quarter. It's Buccaneer football. They trail, but it's still within reach for them. First down, ball at the 36. Man in motion here. On the give, this is Irving. And he's caught behind the line for a loss.
Well, he was supposed to be the one who chipped away a few and got a new set of downs started right in rhythm. Instead, he's now forced to pick himself from behind the line thanks to a great effort defensively.
Everyone's prepped. It's 2nd down now. Baker now from the gun. Finds his man over the middle. And they take him down right along the 30.
It's not just imperative that a quarterback knows man or zone. Same thing for a receiver, especially on a drag route. When he sees zone coverage like that, just settle down, find the soft spot, and give your quarterback a chance.
He'll throw it. Has him on the quick hitter. Give him an even 10 yards on the play. And that's good enough for a Tampa 1st down.
That's what we call situational football. You spend all week working on your nickel passing game package to take advantage of 3rd downs just like that.
All right, all set up now. 1st and 10. Here's the give to Irving. And he's brought down for a loss.
I know from the position of the quarterback, Kate, sometimes you hand that ball, you put it in the belly of the running back, and you send him right into the teeth of a buzzsaw. You can feel it from the jump, and that call from the defense, well, it came at the perfect time.
Here's 2nd and 11. Oh, he got way too much under that one. Too high, that's incomplete.
You hear defensive coaches on every practice field we're on preach not giving up the big play, especially at the NFL level. They'll need to stay vigilant because they're definitely going to use that receiver to take the lid off this defense again.
Looking to throw. He had it for a moment, but a great defensive play to jar it loose. Incomplete.
You know, that type of play is so doggone impressive, not just because it saves a touchdown. He had timed that perfectly to knock it free without drawing a flag or letting him establish possession for the score.
Flying down the heart of the lane, and it's good! And they've tied it up late in the fourth.
The prospect of overtime now, Kate's right on the horizon thanks to that field goal. His mindset, though, well, it's the same as all his teammates out there. We're about to take the field. Let's go get this ball back. Let's find a way to win this thing in regulation.
Reynolds with a return. And he's brought down just inside the 25 on the return. All right, one more snap before the 2-minute warning. I'll start on the ground with Gibbs. And he found some running room for a nice gain. We've reached the 2-minute warning in Detroit. Lions don't want to see this one go to overtime. After a good pickup, they're set up with 2nd and short. Here he is to throw. Laporta with the grab. And they finally bring him down, but that is a big gain and a new set of downs. That one hits for 30. And that gives the Lions the first.
You know, Kate, we often talk about flipping the field in special teams, right? A kick return, a good punt. Well, an explosive play like that does the exact same thing. Look at the difference in field position. By hitting on that shot, you've totally flipped the field and the tone of this drive.
And they try to power it forward, but only a couple of yards there. Lions really moving with a sense of urgency. Clock keeps running. He'll look to throw it. Bails out of the pocket quick. And they got there in time. He's taken down. Now we're going to get an offensive timeout. That's their first. And they still have 2 available for them as we approach the end of this game.
When we think about safeties, I mean, it's just right in the name, right? The safety is the last line of protection in the passing game. We don't think of them as blitzers. But, Kate, let me tell you, for a safety blitz to get home, they got to be great disguisers. They can't show that blitz early. That safety didn't, and the quarterback took the brunt of the contact.
Hands it to the receiver here in motion. Oh, look at this sweep. And they'll hold him up after a short carry to the 44. Timeout taken by the Buccaneers. They're first. And they still have 2 available for them as we approach the end of this game. They need a lot here, but still going forward on 4th and 15. Timeout taken by the offense. They're second. Still one more in their pocket to use. They need a lot here, but still going forward on 4th and 15. Here he is to throw. Oh, my goodness, it's intercepted. Picked off by Levante David. And the Buccaneers are able to take the interception up to their own 35-yard line. Wow, an aggressive choice to go for it on 4th and that kind of distance, and an equally aggressive play in coverage to pick that pass off.
Yeah, that down and distance, you're not running it, right? Too far to get to the stick, so that defense had all eyes on the quarterback. They knew that pass was coming, and it's one thing to know it, it's another thing to execute it and go take it away. That's a big momentum swing for this defense.
Back to throw. Got Evans, it's complete. And they catch up to him, but not until he's got a huge gain and a first down.
I think my favorite part was the magic he worked after the catch. The way he took the completion and made so much more out of it by adding all the extra yardage.
To the line for a new set of downs, only a lone timeout at their disposal. Setting up to pass. He's just going to get rid of this one. Smart move there when you saw the field. It's going to be 2nd down.
That is a DB's best friend, pressure. That pressure earned that incompletion. They came in before he could find a target and hit him to alter that last-second attempt to get rid of it.
No dice on that prior pass. Here's second down. Mayfield now from the gun. Couldn't connect right side. It's incomplete. Looking for his wide receiver there. And things look tougher now with 3rd and long.
That is normally a gimme for this offense, these short throws. But the defense, well, they had just enough influence on that play to force the incompletion.
So after that prior incompletion, we've got 3rd down. Now to throw. Toward the sideline, and he's got it. And they finally bring him down, but that is a big gain and a new set of downs. They rip off a big chunk of field, and it sets them up with 1st and goal. A timeout taken here by the Lions. That's their 3rd. And now they're powerless to stop that clock with a timeout at least. They're all set up for the game winner. Let's see how they approach it, starting with this 1st and goal. Irving. And he breaks the tie. That should win him this game. Brock, touchdown. Absolutely clutch score there, Brock, as they take the lead here in the final minute.
Incredible execution. The moment not too big for any of them. And, Kate, they cashed in when it really mattered.
McLaughlin, attack on the extra point. Extra point sent right down the middle. And the Buccaneers break that tie and now lead by 7. The Bucs get lined up and they will kick this away. And that one bounces through the end zone for a touchback. 1st and 10 now from the 30. Interception last drive doesn't deter them. They're going right back to the air. Hits him on the in route. And that's good yardage there with a new set of downs to boot. So it's a win for the visiting Buccaneers. And there was no easing up. It took some white knuckling until the very end, but their defense carried that small lead through to the finish line as they escape with the victory. It's a city home to one of the most loyal and passionate fan bases in football. And all the noise they're making is being captured by the Dome here at Ford Field in Detroit. We're just seconds away from getting this one started. And we're off and running from Ford Field. And this will be a touchback, so we're going to need our first snap to see the first action of this game. So their offense out now to get this game started. It's 1st and 10. Off play action, Goff. He's taking a shot on his first play. Brought in inside the 20. And he breaks into enemy territory before being stopped on a huge gain.
Now, right there, that's what you want to see on your opening drive. Boom! Connect on a big shot, and instantly you set a tone that you're not going to be afraid to be aggressive in this game today. Boy, do I love that.
And he found a little room to turn it into a nice gain down to the 6. Working quickly here. This is Gibbs on 2nd down. And this time they get to him early and stick him along the line of scrimmage. Nothing for them on 2nd down, and now it's 3rd and 1. Simple dive up the middle. And he will get this to the end zone for a Detroit touchdown. The Lions take a 6-0 lead right away. For the offense, you gotta love it, Brock. Points to begin the game as he runs it in for an opening drive touchdown.
And you've got one very happy running back right over there on the sideline right now. These backs, they do feel the pressure to find the end zone every single week. It's not easy to do. But to do it this early and get out of the way, big time.
That one splits the uprights. And the Lions will jump out to a 7-0 lead. Bates has it all set up. Here comes the kickoff. Tucker now on the return. Offense ready to begin this drive. 1st and 10. Mayfield comes out throwing. Getting out to his left. And he'll have it up to about the 23-yard line on the play. They'll move the chains after that pickup of 12.
You know, these are the type of plays that really get an offense going. This is a chance for QB to inspire the guys around him. Calling his own number, carrying his teammates to a 1st down on that big run. That inflates an offense, and it can suck the wind out of that defense.
Handoff headed right, Irving. And the defense gets there to force a small loss.
This is one of those plays that I wish we had the huddle mic'd up, Kate, because I can assure you that offensive line in their own way is telling that running back, sorry, we did not give you any chance.
From the gun, Mayfield. Short pass brought in. And he's up to the 35-yard line as they reel him in. Give him 15 yards on the pickup there. And that's good for a Buccaneer 1st down. They're set up at the 35 now. First down, here's Baker. That's complete, Mike Evans. And he takes this out after crossing the 45. And that one goes for a gain of 11. And that's good enough for a Tampa first down. New set of downs for him from the 46. Running back sent in motion. Mayfield on 1st and 10. Grabbed by Chris Godwin. And he'll cross the 50 and start pushing onto the opposing side of the field. And we will not get another play. That's going to do it for the first quarter. Neither side separating much so far. We're back to Ford Field right after this. Back for the start of quarter number 2. It's Buccaneers football as we begin. They'll have second down as they look to continue this good drive. Mayfield to throw again. And he overshoots his man. It's incomplete. No luck finding his receiver that time. So now they have 3rd and short.
I think if you look up in phase in the defensive encyclopedia, that is a picture-perfect form of it. He was all over him in coverage, really forcing the incompletion.
Here he is to throw on 3rd and 2. It is caught left side. And he's caught behind the line for a loss.
You can earn your money in the NFL in all sorts of different ways, but defensively, in a league where you're just not hitting as much in training camp, you're not tackling as much as the money will follow.
4th and 3, drive on the line. Baker throwing again. They can't connect as the coverage comes through with a 4th down stand.
Even the best receivers, they've got occasional breaks in concentration. You just never want to see it happen. One of the most important snaps of the game. If we know anything about this guy, though, it's he'll be up for the challenge the next time the ball comes his way.
Offense in the hurry up here. From the 48. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop it. And that pushes them back. 3rd down coming up.
In theory, Kate, that's exactly what complementary man coverage is supposed to look like. The DBs, well, they're sticky on the back end of it. The front end, that pass rush, it makes an impact that gets home. But, of course, we know it's not that simple. It is really tough to lock down a full field for more than a second or two.
And they catch up to him, but not until he's got a huge gain and a first down. Gibbs now from the gun. And it's a gain of 5 as we've reached our 2-minute warning. Halfway to the marker. It's 2nd and 5. Out of the shotgun, Goff. Into the hands of Gibbs. And they had that one contained right at the line. Called down by Christian Izien.
You know, Kate, over the years, I have heard defensive coordinators say, hey, you got to earn the right to rush the passer. You got to earn the right for me to call blitzes. And when you call a blitz and you don't get home and you don't hit the quarterback, you've earned nothing.
The Buccaneers add another DB. 3rd down coming up. Shotgun snap here to Goff. Into traffic, complete. And he's able to get this down to the 13. First down from the red zone. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop it. The defense calls a timeout, so that's their first. They'll have 2 left to work with before halftime.
All I'm hearing in my head is touchdown to check down, touchdown to check down, because it was said about a gazillion times in the NFL to me when you get in the red zone. It's not sack. Touchdown to check down. You can't take a sack on first down in the red zone.
And he's got it inside the 15 before going out.
That's a defense's goal, right, Kate? Just get us to third down so we can have a chance to get off the field. And that was a good adjustment on that stop in particular, when the back ended up being the target, and they were able to keep him short of the sticks.
Goff on third. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop him. Tampa spends its second timeout now. And they still have 1 in their pocket for what's left of this half. On fourth down, the Lions going to try to put 3 on the board here with Jake Bates. And it is good. No problems there on the shorter attempt. And that one was beautifully struck. It goes right down the middle.
Anytime you start sniffing that red zone and you don't score 6, you only come away with 3 points. Not what you were looking for on the call sheet.
Bates has it all set up. Here comes the kickoff. Tucker now on the return. And this drive will start inside the 25. Just 25 seconds remaining as they get all set up for first down. Baker now from the gun. On target to Godwin. And he'll go down, it will say right at the 39-yard line. That timeout taken by the Buccaneers, and that's their final one. From the 39 now after that explosive start to this drive. First and 10, it's Mayfield. And oh, someone stepped in. It's intercepted. Terry on Arnold has it. Well, we both saw what he was doing, Brock, trying to work the sideline there, but I don't think he ever saw the corner sitting back and just waiting to break on that throw.
And that's what the good ones do. They use the sideline to their advantage. It really becomes the 12th defender on the field. The elite corners in this league, they'll play to it. They'll bait those quarterbacks to making that throw, and then they'll close fast and take that ball away. Defense all over that throw. You could just smell it. They just smelled that football coming their way, and that's as good as an incompletion. And they're going to be in a good spot, second down coming up.
He finds space, middle of the field. There it is, touchdown, Detroit! The Lions will add to their lead at the end of the half. Amon-Ra St. Brown, the touchdown. I love plays like this, Brock. Sometimes you just got to ask your dude, show me what you got, man. Show off those wheels, and he did just that.
Yeah, beauty in simplicity, right?
Yep.
Now, when you run that fly route, you got to win right from the jump. And you got to protect yourself from the sideline, too. Don't get pushed to the boundary. Give your quarterback room to throw it up, and you can find pay dirt.
Well, Brock, barring the touchback, this kickoff should run out the half, so better make that return good as it's away. Tucker now on the return. And the return sets them up just beyond their own 20. One last play before the break. A final throw before the break. He's trying to push the field. And disaster averted. He knocks away the deep ball, incomplete. That brings us to halftime. We'll get a break as our teams make their adjustments and then return with more of the NFL on EA Sports in just a little bit. Well, that first half, certainly an interesting one. Kate, Scott, Brock Heward with you as we get back and see what the second half has in store for us. Tucker now on the return. And this return gets to the 30 before he stopped. They'll get this drive started. 1st and 10. Shotgun snap for Mayfield. That one is incomplete. Couldn't hang on through the contact. Ball and defender arrived at the exact same time there. So that brings up 2nd down. Throwing again is Baker. On the move, headed right. And the cover just too good there. Didn't find the throw that he was confident in, so just throws it away. 3rd down coming up. Mayfield now from the gun. Complete beyond the marker. And he's going to get this up to the 45 before he's brought down. A dose of the hurry-up offense here. 1st and 10. Here's Mayfield. That's going to be caught by Evans. And they're going to haul him down just shy of the 40. Throwing it again here. Has him on the quick hitter. And he's taken down at the 30. Moving quickly, trying to get set again. Trying to throw here out of the gun. Chased out to his right. Did not like what he was seeing, Brock, and he just hurls this one away.
Look at the coverage on that play, Kate. I love that. That is textbook defense right there. When the quarterback escapes the pocket, and you got to find somebody. You got to go get sticky on your offensive guy. That's exactly what the secondary did, and it forces the throwaway.
Throwing again on 2nd and 10. Mayfield. Got Evans. It's complete. And he's down inside the red zone before hitting the deck. They come through with a nice gain of 10 and a 1st down. Working inside the red zone. Cut out left. And he's brought down inside the 10 at the 9. A nice pickup of 11 there, Brock, and they'll have 1st and goal to figure out.
When you see play action, do all you can to get your eyes to the tight end, because that's their bread and butter. That play action gives him time off the line, helps chip a rusher, or even helps sell that fake. And then when he releases, he gets out, he gets some leverage. He gets to that edge before the defender can cover him.
From the gun, Mayfield escapes the pocket.
Well, this is in every quarterback's tool belt, even the ones not regarded as the best movers and shakers. But, Kate, to play QB in the league today, you've got to be able to do this. If you've got nobody open, still get some positive yards with your legs.
So now, here's 3rd and goal. Gonna keep this one and go. And he could not get there. They stop him right at the line. Offense up to the line fast. They'll run for it with White. And he gets in. Touchdown. The Buccaneers cut into the lead coming out of halftime. It's a Rachaad White touchdown. So, Brock, they take a gamble, and it pays off with a big touchdown on 4th and goal.
And they do it on the ground as well, and that just speaks volumes. That's confidence that you can own this line of scrimmage, and your back will see a lane and will get the job done. That just infuses your team and your sidelines with so much confidence.
So the Buccaneers keeping their offense on the field. 2-point attempt coming up. He's throwing for it. And he gets in for the 2. Successful conversion there, but it's still a 9-point deficit. Still a 2-possession game.
I always say about the NFL game, it's a game of matchups. And that time they get the matchup they want, and they go right to it. It's a risky call throwing it for 2, but that risk pays off.
Here comes Williams on the return. And look at this return. And an excellent return here sets them up almost at midfield.
When you get contributions like that out of your kickoff returner, it is such a boost to an offense. This is about showing no fear, hitting the lane hard, a determined run back, and setting your offense up with great field position.
Good field position for the Lions here as they head up to the line. 1st and 10. Hand off to Gibbs from the gun. And he's brought down for a loss. Just 1 quarter remaining in this one. It's Lions ball as they try to keep that lead and close out a win. All right, here we go. 2nd down. Again, it's Gibbs. And he takes it past midfield and starts the drive into Buccaneers territory. Give him 6 yards on the run, so it's going to be 3rd and 5.
That run's not going to turn many heads, but at the end of the year, I promise you, if you average over 5 yards a run, you're going to be a Pro Bowler.
Goff now on 3rd down. That's incomplete, trying to set up the screen there. This one intended for the running back. And that leaves them with 4th and 5. The Lions readying for the punt. And this somehow is only going to be our first punt of the game. And this was pylon hunting for a moment, but it's over the goal line and out the side of the end zone for a touchback. Drive starts out with a 1st and 10. Putting the tight end in motion. 1st down, here's Baker. Catch made by Bucky Irving. And he'll get it up to the 27. Working quickly here. 2nd and 3. Rolling left, buying some time. And he's going to be brought down up at the 28-yard line.
You know, Kate, they always say that QB clock, you know what it's more like? It's more like an alarm, especially in a situation like that. And it's a good thing he woke up to it, able to make something out of nothing and at least keep him moving forward.
Defender arrives right as the ball does, and the hit knocks it free. Incomplete. Hit arrived as the ball did to break things up. And now they're left with 4th and short. Shotgun handoff to Irving. And that's good yardage with a new set of downs. They stun the defense with a gain of 14 on 4th down and pick up the 1st. Out of the gun, they'll look to throw. This finds Evans, complete. And this is marked down right along that 40-yard line. Mayfield on 1st and 10. He finds Evans, left side. And they're going to take this to the end zone for a Tampa Bay touchdown. The Buccaneers have cut it to a 3-point game here in the 4th. Mike Evans with the touchdown. So sensational work by the skill man there, Brock. Anytime you can make your quarterback look that good, you know he appreciates it.
That's a quarterback's best friend, no question. But on the other side, gosh, defensively, you got to get that skill player down. Period, end of story. You can't give up that much yards after catch.
And he goes down, the pressure gets home, and they will not take another 2 off that lead. Approaching 90 seconds remaining in this game. Not much time. They've got to get this one back. And no luck. The Lions there to recover. And he has it to the 42 before they make the stop. They're out and set. 1st and 10. Off the gut they go with Gibbs. And he scampers ahead and gets 2 on the carry. Clock working against him here as they hurry to that line. Another one for Gibbs. And the defense gets there to force a small loss. The defense calls a timeout. That's their first. And they still have 2 available for them as we approach the end of this game. So a tough spot now. This is 3rd and 9. Straight ahead with Gibbs. And he's got a decent gain before being brought down. Tampa spends its 2nd timeout now. And they'll have just 1 left to burn now.
You gain that kind of yardage in the run game, and you're going to gain the trust of your offensive coordinator. Plays like that, runs like that, set the table for everything else in the playbook.
An important attempt coming up here for Jake Bates. Needs a good amount here, too. 51 yards away. Got all of it, and this is good! And they're going to grow their lead late, but still a 1-score ball game.
So after that make, a field goal won't cost them a lead, but a touchdown still ties it, or likely probably puts them down a point. Okay, this is one of those moments where the defense now has clarity. They know what the stakes are and what they have to defend.
And that one's going to skip across the goal line and into the end zone, so the football will come back out to the 20. And the drive will start out with a 1st and 10. Here he is to throw. Flush down to his left. And he'll go out at the 35-yard line. He picks up 15 on the play. And that's good for a Buccaneer 1st down.
That is so demoralizing for a defense. You lock things down in coverage. You do everything right on the back end, only to see the quarterback escape, evade the pressure, and get that 1st down anyway. Ugh.
Back to throw. And really, no, he's not going to escape. They take him down on a pivotal play late in this ball game.
We've learned how valuable sacks in a pass rush are in today's NFL. It's a bit surprising, isn't it, Kate, that that's their first sack of the game, but they found other ways to produce success on both sides of the ball, and they finally pick up a much-needed sack on that stat sheet.
Setting up to pass. Called in by Godwin. And he'll push this upfield and earn them a new set of downs. Give him 18 yards on that play, Brock, and it gets him a 1st down.
I'm sure coach and play caller doesn't mind making the job a little bit easier. You know, play calling's a lot simpler and easier when you count on the offense to move the chains on those early downs.
Second and 10, need to get some positive yardage here. He'll look to throw it. That could be it, folks. It's intercepted. Terrion Arnold has it. And the Lions make the play that should win them this game.
Well, obviously not the cleanest game with now 2 interceptions, but here's the key. This is where mental toughness for a quarterback becomes so critical. And frankly, why some of the best QBs playing today have baseball in their background, because you flush your mistakes. Okay, you strike out, you throw an interception, but you got to go get it in that next series. Got to put these interceptions behind and press forward ahead.
And he's going to get stopped right around the 45-yard line. 1 final second on that clock. There's a timeout. We'll have to wait just a touch longer to close this one out. Wow, they're going to pass it here. And this is into the end zone, but incomplete. It was a win no matter what. They decided, hey, let's try for another touchdown to knee it out. Either way, this one's over. So in Motor City, it's a home win for the Lions. This is the type of game everyone was hoping they'd see when they entered this stadium, Brock, you and I included. A close one that went all the way down to the final whistle.
And, Kate, this is one of the bigger adjustments a college player has to make to the NFL. In college, you get a lot of blowouts. The NFL, Every game you get calloused because you know more often than not they'll be like this, a one-possession game that's not about how you start. It's all about how you finish.